I've got an immensely stable shield, but well, I'm toxic. If we get toxic, there's no point in continuing. The firebomb plan was, I was thinking, well, if it kills all the rats all at once, that would be great. But, you know, it didn't. I've had more success with sword swings. Perhaps I should be using a larger weapon. I mean, I could throw something from further away. Yo. Okay. I'm not toxic, and I'm technically not dead either. Jesus, though, that does a lot of damage. An opportunity to heal. I think if I get under him here, I'm in a better position actually most of the time. Doesn't look like he hit me while I'm under him mostly. Can occasionally, but not a lot. But if I am under him like that, it's hard to attack if I'm locked on. Whoa. I got at an angle. Oh, that's a shame. There's if you're locked on, there are definitely angles where on the way under him, he can attack you from behind, and of course it's basically an instant kill. And of course now that I'm dying, gotta change rings. That's a shame. So if so, a tower shield might not be the magic bullet for this fight. I may have to simply treat his patterns with a little more respect. And avoid simply trying to lock on and shield play. That's just not going to work in this case. Oh. If you're between his front legs and his head, he can hit you with his head, and it will hit you from behind, and it won't matter whether you're blocking. So unless you've got the hit points to survive that for some reason, which is unlikely, then that's not a good position to be in. But if you make it through that situation, get behind him, well, that is actually a very good position to be in, because the legs frequently can't hit you at all. Oh, toxic though. Whatever. I've been relying too much on locking on. You all saw how much trouble I had trying to use a greatsword. The greatsword, it has its issues, its moveset, but the really big issue for me personally was that you can't lock on with it and then while moving attack. That shouldn't have been as big an issue as it was. The fact that I'm not reliably killing the initial rat guys, again, I keep saying rats because it says Royal Rat Authority on my screen, but I'm pretty sure they're dogs. Anyway, not reliably killing them makes it really hard to practice the main part of the fight. Perhaps what I should do is come back, not when I have a bigger shield, but when I have pyromancy. And with that pyromancy, kill them more easily in a burst of something. So what if I just back off for a while? What does he do? Right, he rushes me, which breaks my guard. But the rush is the only one. If I circle, it's not an instant guard break. What happens then is I kind of just hack him. Oh shit, I'm in the danger zone here. But then I got into the non-danger zone, which is, it is possible. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna do that if he gets a long way away. He's gonna do a dash, but... Every time I die while attempting to shield, it's because of the exact same thing. I'm locked on, I move towards him, I turn around because I get under him while locked on, and I die instantly. So I've got to stop doing that. It's just a very easy habit, strongly ingrained. Because this is a tactic which works against most enemies, because most enemies don't have a central area that you get into if you lock on and move towards them, which kills you. Just not a common feature of most bosses. It would also help if I dealt more damage and could kill him really quickly, but that's a bit of a secondary issue. I need to roll away from his initial attacks, or position myself differently and avoid locking on, or both. Doesn't matter, I'm toxic. Ring of Binding is kind of essential here. This feels a lot like Capra Demon, an initial phase which is really hard, and then even if you survive it, you have to learn to actually do the fight. But that second part, I'm pretty sure it's eminently learnable. Just gotta actually learn it, and of course it's hard to get opportunities to do so. So, stop logging on. Oh god. Now I'm... Was I briefly safe there? I think, yes. There is where I should have locked on, but I'm not next to him already, basically. He repositions because he can't hit you. And, like, fair enough, I mean, who wouldn't? But then once he does it, you just gotta either go through, which is a little more dangerous, or around the side, which is quite slow, and then if you can get to his hind legs, which is much easier if you don't lock on. Oh, that's where... So see, what happened there was I manually put myself in the bad position. Couldn't get around one of his legs there. He's got quite a complex hitbox. I certainly did better there, but not that much better. I wonder if I should try a claymore and an enchantment to do extra damage. It's also got slightly longer range, the claymore, so it might be good against the initial rats. I'll try it out. The trouble is using the enchantment during the fight is going to be, well, how many uses do these things still have? Can I burn some in testing? Yeah. Might as well. Yeah. So, an enchanted claymore, which I can't have all of the time, but an enchanted claymore makes that bit slightly easier. Positioned wrong. Can't just stop facing him when you're near his head. But if you pass under the head using a lock-on, then you're in just as much danger. God. Now to find out whether a claymore is good against rats if not enchanted. Yes, it is. It did decent damage to him too, I think I'm simply at the point where the claymore is as damaging, except to people who are just completely vulnerable to split damage, as the flame longsword is. It uses quite a lot of stamina though. I think I can get one less hit in. Oh, what's my move at right? Oh, there's the problem. Though, I think for this fight, and this fight only, I'd rather have a lighter weapon and a heavier shield, I think. It's possible I'm screwing myself with this choice. The heavy weapon would simply reduce the danger time, and it beats rats faster. So I'm not so sure. Toxic. The difference between the tower shield and the Drank Leg shield is like 20 stability, basically. I got toxic after all. Yeah, see, I think there's a kind of attack he does which doesn't guard break the tower shield, but does guard break the Drank Leg shield. Toxic rendered at a point. This guy's kind of a fixed version of Great Grey Wolf Sif. Sif was a really good character in Dark Souls, but as a boss fight, very easy. And one of the ways, not the only one, but one of the ways to make him very easy was simply to rely heavily on blocking, because Sif did not have any attacks which would simply guard break your typical shield. I can't heal as long as I keep crappy tactics, basically. Oh. Sometimes he'll jump himself into the position where shield is no longer blocking if you're locked. Does that mean it's just not safe to lock on at all? I was feeling there like I had given up an advantage by putting away the tower shield. The tower shield was, I would say, for sure capable of defending against some of his other attacks without being guarded. I'm not sure which ones exactly, but some. Then again, okay, so he doesn't use a full stamina bar of the Drank Leg shield to block his standard attacks. He simply uses a lot of them. Spin, really? That's exactly the kind of power I didn't want him to suddenly acquire. Now, that was going better until I died. Tautologically. The main thing I was doing there, I didn't really have time to elucidate my tactics during the fight, but the big thing I partially achieved, it's a bit of a waste, but I feel like now that I've got to this point, it's worth using that so I can take off the Ring of Binding, put on the Ring of Blades, and I will start using Magic Infusions again, because I now know how to win the fight. So if I do the same thing again, but with 20% more stats, I'll win. So here's the deal. When he's not near you, you need to block an attack as he dashes to you. Sure, that makes some sense. When he is near you, the goal is different. You have to get beneath him towards his back legs as soon as possible. You have a little bit of a window of time, usually. You usually have a window to do this. But you cannot do it while locking on. That's the situation which is not feasible. You can roll like that, for example. If you do get beneath him like this, he can't hurt you for a while. It's a healing opportunity and a damage opportunity all in one. It's the magic position. You just gotta get there. And the gimmick of the fight is you can't get there by locking on. So, ignore your intuition. Position is absolutely critical. I wasn't quite close enough to his back leg there. You saw what I was going for, get near the leg and heal, but I screwed it up. I rolled off another leg and pressed the wrong button afterwards. I'd run out of stamina at that point. I should probably be wearing lighter gear for this fight, because the goal is to not get hit very often, basically. Shield and armor are almost irrelevant. Also, yes, an enchanted claymore for sure does considerably more damage to him and to rats than my flame longsword does. Roll didn't work out for me. Holy shit, I did it. The Royal Rat Authority. Okay, and from the other side of the hump, I'm prepared to say, that's a really good boss fight. Like, wow. And you know what, now that I've done it, I know what the optimal strategy is. I should simply have taken off my armor and shield, essentially, No. Leave some armor. Reduce equip load a great deal. Like, take off shield for one thing. I didn't block in that successful run. I literally didn't block a hit, I think. I could review the video. I'm not going to, but I could. I don't think I blocked anything. And you definitely want to move fast, to roll far. That's the classic light armor fight where your shield tactic, sorry, it does not work. What a cool setup and situation, though. And I'm pretty enamored of the Claymore right now. Presumably it does less damage when not magic enchanted. So, the Royal Rat Authority. Can I get up to where it was? Obviously, the authority of the Rat King flows from a ratting hound. He literally has gone to the dogs and has them on his side. Where is the way out that I haven't been? Isn't there one? Ah, yes. I was thinking, surely the boss fight is not just for bragging rights.
Thou returnest.
Hey, it's the Rat King.
I am not unkind. Swearest thou?
No.
Then we need
Fuck you. Fuck the Royal Rat Authority. Ah, okay. I guess I got his soul. Maybe the soul can be used for something cool. And I got a rat tail, which would let me join the Covenant. And I get to say that I did it. There's a lot of messages in this room now that I look. Okay. Rat or not rat? You be the judge. It is possible that this is a rat, as opposed to some sort of dog. Just barely possible. I don't think so, but the tail says rat. However, the authority itself, not rat. Let's watch the adventures of this ghost. There's a lot of bloodstains in this room. A really large number of bloodstains. I'm leaving. Ordeal's End is finally the real name of this bonfire.